Hey peeps, we are doing another unboxing today. This is an independently produced oracle deck. It is called the Hollar Moon Mountain Oracle deck. I purchased it with my own funds from Shop in the Hollar on Etsy. I will put the information in the description box for you down below. And the only thing that I did with this was take it out of the bubble wrap, obviously, and the mailer that it was sent in. It came in this beautiful black box. And I'm very excited and intrigued to unbox this. Let's talk a little bit about what led to the purchase. You can have a sip of tea while we do that. By the way, guys, it is blazing hot here and very humid, so I'm a little sheeny today and a little fuzzy. So you'll have to forgive me for that, but let's have a sip of tea. We're recording early before it gets even hotter today, so have a little sip of tea. I was looking for a deck that had some black and white photography. I wanted another oracle deck to add to my collection, and I've really been enjoying my independently produced oracle and tarot deck purchases on Etsy lately. I have no problem investing a little bit more to get a deck in my collection that is unique and that I really feel connected to working with. So you know, I kind of been perusing and keeping an eye out for things that call to me. And the funny thing through the my kind of traveling transitional experiences this summer, which were a bit unexpected, but is that I actually pulled out of my storage area a black and white photography tarot deck that I was working on creating. And so we'll see what happens with that, because it is in my mind again now. But I was wanting something that was already created and crafted to work with, that had a black and white photography feel, because for me, black and white photography is actually very expansive around my intuition. If there's a black and white photography exhibit at any art museum in any arena around me, I will always go and see it, because I find myself very opened up to new perspectives, intrigued, inspired by what artists see in the contrast of black and white photography, and also the gradations of gray that happen within that. It's very inspiring for me. And I had a partner in the past who was a photographer, and oh my goodness, to be able to witness how he expressed his unique lens through black and white photography and nature was just such a gift and a joy and such an inspiration. So I have a lot of sweetness in my heart and connection to black and white photography. So all that being said, that's why I purchased this deck without reading much about it, without doing a lot of research, without seeing what other people thought. I decided to purchase this deck. It's definitely not an overnight shipping situation, but the deck creator is completely upfront about that, and I have no problem with that. You know, I can wait for things that are good. I don't need to receive things within like 5 days of ordering it. So, but I just want to express that in case you watch this, you get excited and you go click buy now and you don't read the description box. So I know that happens sometimes with my shop as well. So just prepared that you know, there is like a normal it's nothing excessive. It's a normal regular shipping time, but this is an independent deck creator who's boxing and packaging and shipping everything out herself. So I do think it's important to just be aware of that, and good things come to those who wait. So this is the beautiful box it came in. And when you open it, you can see here we have some dried sage and a card. And this is the 2 of diamonds here. And this is an old card, it looks like. Do you guys do that too? I love the scent of old things. Okay, let's see. That is beautiful, and it's wrapped in an old joy. This is gorgeous packaging. Oh my goodness, to the deck creator, thank you. Okay, there are dried flowers in here just to prepare you, so you can see that, and it's wrapped in a beautiful, it looks like a vintage doily. Oh my goodness, I have something new. Real stones. Oh my goodness, this deck creator is amazing. Okay, there's some beautiful dried flowers in here. I will say, for those of you who are fragrance sensitive, there's no overwhelming scent with this. So, you know, if you tend to get headaches from scent, there isn't like a lot of scent that's attached with this, the dried herbs and flowers in the deck. Actual stones. I I love that. Okay. These dried flowers, I am so, oh my goodness, see, this is why I love buying independent decks. Okay, so, this just made my life. Oh my goodness, this is the best. Okay, so then, oh my God, this is actual, so we have this beautiful kind of 70s polyester print here. And let's see what else we have. These gorgeous dried petals, and the deck is wrapped in some old quilting fabric. Oh my goodness. And then inside is a cute little Valentine bookmark. And oh, look at this, an old image from the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. It looks like it was cut out of an old book. Oh my goodness. This is like the packaging of my dreams right here. Oh my gosh. So I'm just gonna gently, and then we have a small pendant with a saint on it. Guys, for what I paid for this deck, let me just, because I have it here, I believe. So it was $88. I think my shipping was free though. This is, wow, well worth the price. The creator of this deck, thank you to you. I mean, I don't think she knows who I am. I didn't say anything. I just purchased the deck. But wow, I'm really impressed with the packaging. And all of this I can use in altar work as well. I just want to show you like how significant the size of that doily was, and what a great idea to use this instead of bubble wrap. That's amazing. I know that's not accessible for all creators, but that's amazing and very inspiring. So I'm just kind of gently putting everything aside because I want to be able to use that in my altar space. Okay, so now let's get into the deck itself. Oh, this just makes my heart so happy. I mean, I appreciate crystals as well, but I really love natural stone. Okay, so nice little wrapping here. This reminds me of my great-grandmother so much. This is beautiful. Oh, that's absolutely going into altar work. Okay, let's just gently put everything aside because I don't want to lose any of it. So here is the deck itself. Yeah, I mean, that backing is everything. We're gonna just, so one of my lovely community members who I'm so appreciative of, she always sends me seam rippers, but unfortunately in a rush I packed that, so we had to use the scissors to break the seal, and then hopefully my nail tech won't yell at me. There we go. Okay, so it is linen finish just as advertised, and I would say the card size is very much traditional Rider-Waite-Smith. So it's not too large, not too small. I do have larger hands, so if you have smaller hands, I'm not sure how you'll feel about this, but it is on par with my Rider-Waite-Smith deck. I'm just trying to find that. So like here's Rider-Waite-Smith. So it is on par with that size. Oh man, you know, I've talked about this recently too. I really hated linen cardstock for a long time, and I actually really love it now. Yeah, okay. So it's definitely black and white photography, real photography, which I appreciate. The font is not my most favorite, but I don't care about that. So this one's called Hollar. Moon. I like the simplicity of the titles, as you guys know, with Earthbound Oracle, which is a favorite of mine. I like how simple and clearly defined and easy the titles are. It really lets the anyone else's perspective on the card title, it lets it fall away, and it really lets me develop a personal language with the deck, especially when it comes to readings. I love that. So let me share, like in a reading, how would I use this? I really like to use decks like this as a clarifying deck. So let's say I pull the Six of Pentacles and I'm not 100% sure in the situation. Is it my client who's overgiving? Is it my client, the other person involved in the client's situation, or the situation that my client's involved in? I'll draw a clarifying oracle card from a deck like this, and it's very easy to tap into that answer, because this is, yeah, So I want decks like this in my collection. If you're someone who likes really wordy, flowery titles with a lot of information on it, then this may not be the deck for you. But for someone has a very dedicated place in their collection for decks like this is a sweet spot for me as a reader. And I have to say, you know, I do understand not everyone's going to feel drawn to this deck, but much like the Flow Tarot, I like this deck a lot already. I'm very, that's an interesting, I understand what it is. It's the statue's hands. So see, again, this is why I like black and white photography, because it takes you to a few different places there and looking at that. Right, and we have movement. Oh, I like this one, opening. And I really liked that her theme is the Hollar, if you will. And that, you know, life lived with the land from an Appalachian perspective, perhaps, is what comes up for me with this deck. Oh, look at that tradition. What a great, yeah. Boundaries. Oh, I love this welcome card. I like that we have bird energy in here too. Many of you know that I really work a lot with bird energy as animal guide essence, and hence owl in the title of my channel. I like that. Time. That brings up a lot. See, that's what I love about black and white photography. That image brings up a lot. Friendship. Almost lost that one. Between. Oh, this is interesting. Rage. What a cool depiction of that. Steps. Tranquil. Past. Rebirth from the rot there. That's gorgeous. Magic. Ah, another bird, yes. Observe. Seasoned. So here's another example of where black and white photography can take you, because you can look at this in a lot of different ways, right? There's a lot of different ways you could take that, especially if you've watched too many horror movies. Foundation. Death. Community. Ancestors. I like that one. I like how it's literally in hollow, like the way in which the artist chose to take that photo. Wish. Closed. Sacred. Choices. Cleansing. Preserve. Oh, I love this image. Duality. That's beautiful. Signs. Strength. Rise. Like that one a lot. Memories. Gift. Balance. Melancholy. Love. Structure. Seeds. Veil. And shadow. I'm very happy with this deck. I'm very, very happy with this purchase. And I already know that I want to use it with the Flow Tarot, the Antique Anatomy Tarot. This would also partner well with like Peculiar Pathways. This deck is a clarifying deck, and it's really meant for you to build your own relationship with it. So let's see. I'm just going to reference the site really quickly here. You can select your finish when you purchase, and so she says, let me take you back in time to the mountains of Appalachia, where I call home, back in the Hollar under the moon at the foot of a mountain. This is where the Hollar Moon Mountain Oracle deck was birthed. This unique deck includes my own personal photographs captured over several years, captured in black and white, timeless and magnetic. Inside you will find images that may call you home, stir up longing, or beckon you to places and emotions once hidden. Sit a spell, listen to the call of the mountains and whispers of the forgotten. It's a 54-card oracle deck. She does say that it's lovingly wrapped, especially for you, with a small token for the mountains. And she explains print on demand, which is why shipping takes a little bit longer. Again, I did address that for you earlier. It's not going to be an overnight shipping situation. It's well worth it. So I want to speak to why I feel so connected to this deck as well. I grew up in the woods. Not in Appalachia. I grew up in the mountains of New England. And a lot of the imagery that she includes, abandoned rooms and houses, kind of the grittiness, but also the grace of nature experienced in the woods. This deck very much holds that energy. So for me, this purchase is 100% win. I already feel connected to it. I know exactly how I want to use it. I'm very excited to work with this deck. I definitely think that it's one you can really take your time building a relationship with. It's one you want to sit and have a cup of tea or a glass of wine with. And I want to give you an example of how you can use it as a clarifier if you're new to tarot or if you feel confused. Can I just say that the wrapping for the deck was off the charts? Some of the best wrapping I've experienced. I would say that, October Occult, of Smoke and Soil, the experience when you unwrap those packages makes everything worth it to me. That's why I love supporting other shops on Etsy and other witchy and deck creators. I think it's a beautiful, just symbiotic, alive exchange to go back to the Six of Pentacles in its upright form. So let's draw together a tarot card. I'm going to consider this a group pull for the community, whoever's drawn to watch this. We have the Ace of Wands. So let's say I'm looking at the Ace of Wands and I understand that the message of this is a new beginning. I'm being given a seed around my passion, my sense of purpose, my spirituality. Now let's say that we want to understand, well, what is this seed? What is it related to? Let's say we can't access what the passion is that the seed is being planted within us around. So what is this passion that we're being given an opportunity to explore? Steps. So how does this clarify the Ace of Wands? It's letting us know that the passion, it actually is the steps that we are taking on our path at this time. It doesn't need to be a situation where we've been given the entire map to the journey as a whole, and we know every single step that we're going to take, and we know what's going to happen, which is a lot of times what our ego would like to have, right? But what this is letting us know is that the passion is in the journey of becoming ourselves, and each step will be revealed to us as we take the step. The next step is revealed, not the entire journey, because if we knew, then we wouldn't be growing, we wouldn't be learning. So you see how the steps card clarifies. Automatically, I don't need to know what this passion is in its whole. I just need to know what I feel inspired to step towards today. And that will inspire the next step, which will allow for me to grow in the ways in which I desire to experience, to really live life. So the passion is the path, and we explore it with each step that we take. So you see how that can clarify very quickly and intuitively. I didn't need to access a guidebook to experience that. I was able to just feel into it. Okay, now there isn't information about a guidebook. I don't think a deck like this needs a guidebook. It's like Earthbound Oracle. It's not necessary. In a way, the guidebook kind of gets in the way of the work. of the connection to the deck itself, because it's so, and I say this, simple, and I mean that as a compliment. It's simple. Decks like this and the Earthbound Oracle are profound and simple, and they allow us to get to know the deck at a really personal, intimate level, and to also begin to get to know ourselves at a personal and intimate level. So again, it's a beautiful living relationship, practice, and connection. I am super stoked with this purchase. I cannot wait to clear this deck in full and bring it into card work for clients over the next few days. I will at some point have a full review, I am sure, but I can tell you off the bat that I love this deck. I know that this is going to be one I work with a lot. I can feel it. I'm stoked to get the Flow Tarot out of storage and allow further work to transpire between those two decks, because I think they're going to speak very well together. Also Antique Anatomy Tarot though, because I can feel these two decks talking to each other well. So this has been the unboxing of the Hollar Moon Mountain Oracle deck by Shop in the Hollar. I'm super excited, happy with this purchase, excited to work with this deck, obsessed with the unboxing experience. So I hope you've enjoyed hanging out with me for this video. If you are called to purchase the deck yourself, the information is in the description box down below. I am sending you, as always, oceans of love, and I will see you in the next video.